Hi everyone. So in this short video, I'll be going through one of the most fundamental concepts in economics, demand and supply and the price mechanism. Now the price mechanism basically looks at the way in which demand and supply interact with each other to determine the price and the quantity of a certain good that is produced within an economy. So let's first have a look at demand. So on your y-axis you will have price, and on your x-axis you will have quantity. And this will be the same for both demand and supply. So this is what your demand curve looks like. And basically at every single point on this curve, it looks at the amount of a certain good that consumers are willing to purchase at every price level. So for example, let's just say that the price of a certain good is quite expensive at P1. As a result, consumers are only willing to purchase low quantity of that certain good. But if you decrease the price to P2, consumers would be willing to purchase more of that good. And this is called the law of demand, which basically states that when the price of a certain good increases, the demand of that same good would decrease. Now let's use this for our example today, and we're going to be looking at apples. So let's just say that for price, we'll be looking at dollars per kilo, and we want to see how many kilos of apple are sold every week. So say that at $5 per kilo, which is probably very expensive for this particular market for apples, consumers would only purchase 2 kilos of apples a week. But if you lower the price down to $3 a kilo, consumers would be happier to purchase more, and they purchase 4 kilos of apples a week. And when you lower that price to 1, consumers would purchase $6 of kilos a week. And when you join these dots up, you get your demand curve looking like this. So let's keep that in mind for now and move on to supply. So supply is somewhat similar to demand, but we're looking at the producing side of the economy. So how much firms are willing to produce at every price level. So your general supply curve will look like this. So using the same logic, when the price is high at P1, firms would be happy to produce at a higher level of that good. But if the price decreases at P2, firms would cut down production and only produce a lower quantity. And this is also called the law of supply. So simply, when the price increases, production of that good would increase. Oops. So let's have a look at apples again. So it's very important to remember that when you're looking at demand and supply, your units will have to be exactly the same. So here we're looking at dollars per kilo and kilos sold a week. So at $5 a kilo, firms will be happy to produce a high amount, so 6 kilos of apples a week. But at $3 a kilo, firms would cut down production and only produce 4 kilos a week. And at $1 a kilo, firms would only produce 2 kilos a week. So this is your supply curve for apples. Now the next step is to put these two curves together and you get what you call your market for apples. And this is where the price mechanism comes in. So when you join these two curves up, you get a point of intersection, and this is called your equilibrium. So at this price, producers are happy to produce at the quantity that consumers demand for, which is, in this case, $3 a kilo at 4 kilos a week. So using this example, you can see how supply and demand work with each other to determine the price and the quantity of a good that the economy should produce at. And there you have it, the basics of demand and supply and the price mechanism. So hopefully this short story or video will help you understand these concepts. Thank you for watching.